3 minutes to go. It's still morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to be with you this evening, and I'll be sharing with you on the subject of mentoring with focus on 3 particular elements. One being the advantages to the mentee, the advantages to the mentor, and the advantages to our club. Got that? Whatever your grade or position, if you know how and when to speak and when to remain silent, your chances of real success are proportionately increased. The words of our founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. I remember being afraid of speaking in front of an audience. Could you imagine that? I was just like some of you. Anyone here was afraid when they joined Toastmasters? Anyone here still afraid? Well, trust me, most of us were when we started. I am still afraid at times. You never get rid of the butterflies, they say. The best you would ever do is to learn how to make them fly in formation. But they'll always be with you. And that's a good thing, because we learn how to harness that nervous energy and make it work in our favor. As a stutterer, I was embarrassed and afraid. It was my mentor who took interest and helped to guide me along in my journey in this program. Sadly, that did not happen until 1 year later, a whole year after I joined. Because for the first year, I just kept ducking my assignments to speak. That's how afraid I was. We had something called a beginner's manual. That was before Pathways. And there were 10 speeches in that beginner's manual. And a high-flying Toastmaster, like many of you new ones, would have gone through that in probably 6 months. But for me, the ducker, it took me 12 months to the very month that I joined to complete my 10 speeches in the beginner's manual. Because every time the VPE assigned me to speak, I had an imaginary flu. I had more sick slips than some of you up at work. But that's what some of us go through. The good news is, from that point onward, not only did I have the guidance of my assigned mentor, but I had the guidance of many Toastmasters who were ahead of me in the program, who took an interest and who reached out and helped to pull me along. Toastmasters continue to serve as my mentors throughout my Toastmasters journey, even to this day. While I serve as mentor to countless members, I still have mentors myself. Mentoring is not limited to new members only. Neither is the role of mentor exclusive to veterans only. Excuse me. You can have a mentor at any level, and you can serve as a mentor at any level. Let me give you an example. One of the persons I recruited into Toastmasters over the years was your very own past president, the beloved, distinguished Toastmaster Pamela D. Rowe. Brought into this program more than 20 years ago. And I was one of her mentors for many, many, many years, and perhaps even to this day. But watch this. Sometimes the mentee can become the mentor to the mentor. And that's what happened in this case. I recruited her into Toastmasters. I had already served as club president twice in 2 different clubs. So I was able to share a lot with her when she was club president. And then I became an area governor. At that time, that's what it was called. And she later became an area governor. So I was able to mentor her as an area governor. But watch how the coin flipped. She became district governor before she became division governor too, before I did. Now, when I became division governor, who was the mentor now? She was mentoring me. She went on to join the district trio and become district governor about 3 years before I did. Who do you think became mentor while I was district governor? My mentee. Now watch this. After that, I went on to serve at the Toastmasters international level as an international director. She has yet to serve at that level, but I predict and I envision that at some point she will. And who do you think would be her mentor then? The coin would flip again, and I'm anticipating that that would happen. And so this is how it works. So let me show you. All of us join Toastmasters with different degrees of innate skills and abilities. Yes? Some of us come in as dynamos, like my good Toastmaster here. Reminds me of distinguished Toastmaster Keith Major so much with his mannerisms when he speaks. And I later learned that that was his tutor at UBA, Bahamas Institute of Financial Services. But we come into the program with different levels of innate skills and abilities. See? Different, some come down here. Some come in up here. Some way up here, some close to the top in their skills. Nobody is spilling over when they come in, all right? There's always room for improvement. And then what happens? We get some mentoring going on. Somebody is assigned as your mentor, and others may step in as they did with me, and they pour into you. Right? They pour into you, and they pour into you, and they pour into you. And you know what happens at a certain point? At a certain point, as they continue to pour into you, it will spill over. It will spill over, and you then begin to flow into others. And that's how we pay it forward. So you soak up as much as you can. And just as someone did for you, what do? You do for others. And that's what mentoring essentially is all about. What are the benefits of mentoring to you as a new member? Who can imagine? Somebody just tell me, how do you anticipate being impacted as a new member being mentored? Anyone?
To help you gain confidence.
Helps to gain confidence. That's one of the key effects. Anything else? No right or wrong answer.
It kind of gives you like a blueprint, like throughout the process.
Gives you a blueprint, a roadmap. So he's an architect, so he used the phrase blueprint. Isn't that amazing? Right? Gives you a blueprint or a roadmap, some might say, to where to go. And that's what you just heard in the pathways demonstration, correct? Right? So a new member develops confidence and improves on their participation in the club activities. You learn more about the meeting roles and the responsibilities and the various committees you can serve on, how you may work with teams, and how you may become a team leader one day. Those are the real benefits that you derive from being a mentor. A member quickly learns speaking skills to advance faster in the program. So someone is holding your hand essentially whilst you creep, until you begin to walk, until eventually you begin to run on your own. That's what it is truly all about. So let's look at some of the benefits of mentoring for an experienced member. Now, some of you are a little bit more experienced than others. We have seated at the back of the room 2 distinguished Toastmasters. What might be some of the benefits of mentoring for the experienced member? That is, this experienced member, him or herself, being mentored.
Learning pathways in base camp.
Oh boy, that's true. I need that one. All right? Is there another point?
Being encouraged to move into the next level of leadership in Toastmasters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, the experienced member also gets to refine the existing skills and revitalize some of the skills that they had not used for a while. Right? So even us need mentors. What are the benefits for the mentors? Anyone can think of? What do you think is one benefit for a mentor who is mentoring someone?
You can repeat the question.
Yeah. What's the benefit to a mentor for their efforts of mentoring someone?
To see the growth, sorry.
Yeah, anyone? Go on, quickly. Yeah, your hand was up, go ahead.
When you mentor someone, you get a sense of fulfillment for passing on knowledge that you have onto someone and watching them grow, especially if they are even able to exceed you in certain capacities. Well done. And also, they may have a certain skill that you don't know. So in the process of mentoring them, you yourself are able to pick up new skills and grow and evolve.
You've been reading my notes. That is powerful. A mentor, him or herself, learns new information and new perspectives from the very person they're mentoring, right? The mentor keeps their own knowledge and skills sharp. And eventually, the mentor may or may not receive recognition, but that's one of the things that mostly would happen. You'd receive some recognition and appreciation by your club, as well as your fellow members, right? But you said something very key, that the mentor would witness the growth and the development of the mentee, yes? And oftentimes, the mentee may exceed beyond the levels that the mentor succeeded at, rather. Correct? As a matter of fact, that should be the goal of a mentor. When you are a mentor or a teacher or a coach, you want to see your mentee, your student, like they say in Star Wars, go to heights that you have not yourself gone. Right? And that is the key thing. What are the benefits to the club? How do you think the club benefits? It's the third element. That's right. Whoever hand goes up. Whoever hand goes up.
Well, as each person in the club grow and expand, the club itself becomes better, and you're able to gain more membership, because now I can look and I can say, hey, in this club, most, if not all of the members, they are not just achieving, they are overachieving, they're doing well, and the professional may be spilling over into personal, and they're able to give their testimonies, and it just promotes the club overall too. So even when you put the club on their social media elsewhere, you can say, hey, this, you can actually track where and see where this club is going.
Fantastic. Give a hand for that. That's lovely. All right. Now let me have someone from over here, if you may want to put it out in another perspective. to that, what are the benefits to the club? What did you think she might have missed? Anybody on the side? Go right ahead.
I'm sure it's longevity, because I'm sure all the distinguished Toastmasters now probably won't be around, you know, in the years to come, they'll phase out, so you need, the younger people to grow into those positions.
Man, that's fantastic. Replenishment, right? Replenishment. And that is what you are. So you have satisfied members who are likely to stick around longer because they're not lost. They have a roadmap. They have a blueprint, as my learned friend alluded to earlier, right? Over the year, it is our intent to bring in new members into our club and to reinstate members who have fallen by the wayside. So when they come in, we need mentors. We want to connect them with mentors so that they would have a longer life in the club. And one of the ways that